Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Grumps and Gramps Show, brought to you by the Bat Force. This is episode number 38, and I am Gramps from Dallas, Texas. Joining me is
Grumps from New York City.
And also over here, this guy, Dunk.
What up, Dunk,
That's
mister?
some
I'm so
awesome
tired
eyes.
for God knows how many cons I'm at this year. So, yeah,
Miles
what up,
and
guys?
cons.
So this is a kind of a special episode. It's our version of a San Diego Comic-Con recap. Dunk recently went to his very first San Diego Comic-Con, and he's going to kind of give us a breakdown of, you know, the whole. How many days were you there? Like 4 or 5?
I got to San Diego Monday and left Sunday. So I was there for all 5 days of San Diego.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I've never been to a 5-day con before. I didn't know there were 5 days. I wasn't ready. But there's that con energy that keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
Wow. 5 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
The way San Diego is structured, so I have preview night on Wednesday.
Okay.
And preview night, legit, it's preview night. What it is, vendors are open from 6 to 9. So it's a 3-hour con event. This is where a lot of people get their exclusives. So toys are out, exclusive variants are out. Some artists already start signing. I think it works out great for people who are in town. They can knock out as much as possible the first day. And after that, it's just con hours. So it's like 10 to 7, 10 to 7, 10 to 7, 10 to 7.
So the preview night, I mean, is that a separate ticket, or is that invite only, or what is that?
No, it's if you have the weekend pass, which is weird because it's a Wednesday, right? If you have the week pass, pretty much, you're capable of going there. But you also have, people buy individual day passes, so that's a little different.
Mhm.
And of course, as an exhibitor myself, because I do work for a vendor, we're there all days, and that's why me being used to New York, passes are a little more expensive, but I get it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do on preview night? I mean, was there something specific that you wanted to see or someone to talk to?
What's funny, because like the word is very the fact that it's called a preview night is very deceiving. It's not really like you're not previewing anything. Everything is live. So if there's comic books that there's like a 500 print, 1,000 print, there's certain things that only get released on Wednesday and you're not going to see ever again. Everything's live. So it's like if you are out there to find exclusives and you're capable of going there on Wednesday, you want to knock it out Wednesday and then make the rest of the con easier. There are some artists who are out there Wednesday doing signatures and stuff, which is great. I remember James Tinian was doing a signing for an hour. One of the guys I wanted to tackle, but I didn't focus anything on signatures because you have 5 days of getting signatures. You want to tackle down the exclusives because they're all limited amount. So for me, Wednesday was more like, let me get a few comic exclusives and walk the floor a little bit just to get a little familiar, because there are a lot less people on Wednesday night than there are the rest of the days.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, you took a lot of photos and sent to me, and some of those we're going to talk about. you mentioned one being a McFarlane meet and greet toy event. Was that on Wednesday night?
Yeah, that was actually Wednesday before preview night. I'm not going to get into the logistics of how I got in there. That stays between me and the parties that helped me get there. But he actually had Todd had a Todd McFarlane's Toy private party a few hours right before preview night. So it started at 2. It was from 2 to 5, which is perfect. If you found your way into this party, it was open bar, unlimited. It was free food, and a lot of us walked out with McFarlane Toys. Nothing exclusive, but you did have access to look at a lot of things that were coming out, and there were a couple of things that they gave to us that were like, hey, listen, if you want to go Entertainment Earth, here's a VIP pass, or certain things. The biggest thing of this event was Todd walking in and just walking in, taking pictures with us, talking to us, signing some of our things, and it was a pretty sweet event leading into preview night. It's extremely exclusive, but yeah, you see things like this. Superman that's getting sold at the con. A lot of exclusives are getting released. It was pretty sweet seeing it firsthand. They had like gaming things. If you look at the back of the Superman picture, like a basketball shooter thing. They had skee ball. They had like arcade games. You get entertained for those hours that you're there, and it was pretty neat. And it was like the calm before the storm. And yet, the calm before the storm, you meet Todd McFarlane.
Yeah,
it's like, it's like, wait a minute. The con hasn't started yet, and this is what I'm doing first. Like, gosh, damn, I'm not ready for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But it was
heck of a week.
Yeah. And, for those of you who follow me, before that, I met Jim Lee at Torpedo Comic-Con. And then the next person I meet is Tom McFarlane before San Diego starts. So I started my con really with high expectations before walking through the doors of the convention center.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing you do, and the con hasn't even started.
Yeah.
Whew.
Dude, I walked out of that event, and they gave you these bags full of McFarlane toys. And I remember we're standing in line to get signatures from McFarlane. And shout out to Gotham Geek Girl. She was there. It was great to see her there.
Yeah, happy birthday, too.
Of course, Sean Riz, motherfucker, does not stay away from McFarlane. Rosie, I love you. People were standing in line. They wanted these bags. Just people were just snagging bags and leaving. And I remember I walked up and I grabbed like 4 bags. I was just handing them to people online. But like Rosie thought I was going to keep all 4 bags. She's like, yo, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm handing them out, dude, chill. Like, I'm not that guy, and because everyone in line was worried because they were more focused on meeting Todd and getting a few cigs.
Yeah.
But that was before preview night.
Wow.
The Fig Life before preview night.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, by all accounts that I have heard from Todd, I mean, he's just very giving of his time.
Yeah.
He'll stay extra, to sign for whoever shows up and whoever wants to talk to him and sign. So, wow.
Yeah. 100%. Cool Todd is just, he's a Derek Jeter of the comic book community. Like, you can't say a bad thing about him. I even rushed our interaction because I just saw everyone else behind us. And I felt so rushed where I felt like he wanted to talk to me more. He's that guy who wants to have a conversation.
Yeah.
He wants to, he knows what his fans do for him, and he wants to make sure he reciprocates that. And I felt like I rushed that interaction because I was like, there's mad people behind me, and I'm focused on going to preview night. So See you, Todd. And I rushed out of there. But that was just the beginning before, the calm before the storm. And although that's like a tornado.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So Thursday would be actual day one of San Diego Comic-Con then, right?
For most people.
Okay, yeah. All right. So what was Thursday?
Thursday I woke up. Did we go out Wednesday? No, we didn't go out Wednesday. I have to ask myself that question. Woke up Thursday. We got into the con early. Again, I'm an exhibitor. And I just scanned the floor. So I was up to teases, right? And I got a couple of exclusives at first. I didn't realize how fast the con gets packed. And one thing about San Diego, they open the doors at 10 according to your badge. No. At 9:35, they were like, the con floor is open. And you just see this wave from all doors of people. And this is why it's very important for you to map out what you want at a con. If you're into figs, go for the figs. If you're into comic books, go for the comic books. Signatures go always wait. Don't ever prioritize signatures unless it's like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Signatures go always wait. The lines for every exclusive booth were beyond belief the moment the doors open. So that's why, like, when it comes to exclusives, and I remember putting this message up of like everyone texting me and DMing me and all this stuff. When it comes to exclusives, you're lucky to get 2 exclusives a day.
Right.
2 different booths. Because if you jump from one booth to the next, you're waiting hours. And before you know it, it's the afternoon and you just spent, most of your day at a con just standing in lines to get 2 things that you really want to get.
Right.
And it's really difficult to try to do that for other people. But Thursday, I felt what San Diego was like. And it was a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately it was like that slow walk if you're trying to get to one side to the other. Again, I only knew what the first floor was. The first 4 days, I didn't know there was a second floor.
Golly.
The second floor had like the celebrities that were there, exclusive signings,
okay,
and the panels. Again, no fucking idea. Because I'm so used to New York, where I know artist alleys over there, main floor is up here, signings over here, and San Diego is like double the size of the Javits Center.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had my walking shoes on, and Thursday I felt it. I knocked out so much on Thursday, though. I walked out there like, man, San Diego has nothing on me.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of pictures, though, but I realized what things were. And I remember Gramps, you sent me a text saying, hey, can you get more pictures of toys?
Popcorn's done.
No, that's my dry. That's my dryer.
Oh,
so I'm doing laundry, right? I'm still doing Comic-Con laundry. And I couldn't get to the figs yet. And I figured because when I went to the fig booths, they all mentioned that they're separating everything by day. So a lot of these key vendors separated things by day. So I mean, cool. There's a chance to get anything. But Thursday was mostly that. I got a couple of the comic books exclusives that I was looking for. And I knocked out a lot of signatures. And it was pretty chill for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did the other guys from the Bat Force meet up with you? I think Tom was out there, Legends.
That was Friday.
That was Friday. Okay.
Friday was a shit show.
Friday. And then Teasus was out there the whole week, too, as a vendor.
Yeah.
So.
Friday was, Teasus was working for a vendor. Teasus did some design work.
Famous Monsters.
Yeah, man. He was crushing it, man. It was great seeing Teasus in his element. You know, like I just saw like the salesperson of him. I was like standing like 10 feet away, just stalking his ass. Some horror movie shit.
Yeah, you have to fly 3,000 miles to hang out with a dude that you live a few hours away from.
Yeah, I'm only 2.5 hours away from it, but it was like to see him work and to see how people appreciate his craft was a beautiful
Yeah.
thing to see,
That's
and
cool.
he networked really well, and it's Jesus, man, and Jesus we believe. So it was great seeing that, and but yeah, Friday when the Goons came out,
Hmm.
it was Problem City. I think we all decided to meet up at the Sean Gardner Murphy line.
Yeah.
For those of you who saw the pictures, we all got these Zorro hats.
And those hats
And
are sweet.
they're so sweet, but we were the most obnoxious people in that fucking line.
Now, Legends had those made, right?
Yeah, he got them made.
What kind of hats?
These Zorro hats. The one I got on?
Okay.
Based on his artwork for the upcoming Zorro.
Yeah, he was giving out these prints. And they were like perfect. But it was like people were waiting online and we were all just jumping in front of each other. And before you know it, there's like 9 of us. And I'm like, yo, we're those guys. We're the assholes. And I was like, kind of felt bad, but for those of you who follow us, we took a really sick picture. It's our next rap album.
What did he do when he saw the hats, though?
He said you're gonna hear from our lawyer.
Cease and desist.
And I was like, no, we get. Then Legends was like, no, we got you some, and he was like, all right, I guess not. And it was, that was awesome because then he came around and like massive was like, holy crap, these guys really like Murphy. I'm like, you have no idea, we all love each other, we're all friends. And then we took that most ridiculous picture. We're all like in our b-boy stands. But that was Friday. That was the biggest part of Friday. But Friday was way more than that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You got con flu.
Dude, I'm surviving still. Just because I decided to go to another con afterwards.
Well, this is why I was like, I wanted to do a recap, but let's give him a week to recover.
Yeah,
now,
I got my voice today.
You go back out to do another con over the weekend, the past weekend. I was like, Jesus.
Go sleep.
So Friday, Bat Force shows up, and is that when you went to Murphy?
Yeah.
And then what else did you do?
Man, do I remember? Everything's a blur.
Okay. When did you start going to the figs and taking the photos?
I actually, Friday I walked around because I met with Amanda Lynn. For those of you who don't know, the real Amanda Lynn, she's a Batgirl cosplayer, redhead. Yeah. Apparently, there's a theme on my weekend. And amazing Batgirl cosplayer. We were walking around, and Gramps hit me up about taking fig pics, and we walked around these fig things, and we were taking pictures together, and I took pictures of all these figs. We went to Mondo, took pictures there. Went to Mezco, took pictures there.
Okay, let's get into that Mondo because they showed some cool
Mondo stuff. Had me like, God damn it. Can I swipe my credit card this many times?
So first they showed this Batman the Animated Series Noir Black and White. And I mean, anybody who had the first 2 releases knows
this one.
Yeah, how big these things are, and the paint scheme. I mean, these things look like they're straight off the animation cell. And this thing looks so good. I was sending it to my friend, and he was just like foaming at the mouth.
So was everyone there.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's massive. And then another big reveal was Phantasm. Yeah. And this one even is really cool because it looks like it has like the smoke base.
Yeah. I ran in there asking him how much does it cost to buy the display. I wanted it immediately. Like, I'm not waiting. Like,
yeah.
God damn it! I gotta wait.
Yeah. Did they give you a price point on that?
No. I wish they did. Pre-sale right now. Here's my money.
And then they had a freeze.
Another one. But then you see the wings back there?
Yeah. Then they have the man bat.
The monstrosity of the man bat was the whole side of that shelf that you see back there.
Wow.
And they released it. Was it like 2 days before that for pre-sale? I think it was like $300 or something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was staring at it, and who was I chatting with? I was chatting with an artist, and they were like, "Oh, I'm buying it right now. So you want me to hold one for you?" I was like, "No, I can't. I just can't. I can't. I don't have space. I can't. I want it so bad, but I can't."
Yeah.
It was beautiful watching it in person, and the tease that you get walking around that Comic-Con, the amount of things that you want, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like God damn it! Like, oh, all right, cool.
Oh,
So like, what do I have to sell? Like, how much is my kidney worth? You know?
Right.
And what's going to come out next year? What other body part can I sell? Like, what is the black market offering at this point?
The one thing that I wanted you to take the photo of most, and I'm trying to find it here.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. I wanted to see that cat's lair.
Dude, so you didn't even
Specifically,
ask me for that.
I wanted to see you standing next to it just for a size comparison because every photo during this entire
Didn't have
convention,
me.
I mean, people were like posing next to it. I mean, it just like,
Dude,
dwarfed.
Let me just tell you. That's it's a centerpiece.
Yeah.
You walked around the entire thing. So when we go through the photos, you see there's a whole 360 view of this thing. And I've never seen anything that big. That's what she said. Like, look at the figs. Look at the figs. The figs just sit there like regular figs. If you see the figs that go along with this for Super 7,
Yeah.
it's unbelievably huge. And the price point is not that bad. When I saw the price, I was like, wait, what? Because like a lot of us were like projecting the price, not looking at it because we were so stuck looking at this. I'm like, oh, this is easily like $1,200, $1,500, you know, oh, easily. And then
Right.
you look at the price point with
$650.
it, $650. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that's like a down payment on a fucking
Well,
Sideshow collectible statue.
and yes, we talked about that, I think, in the previous episode just before this one. And
Yeah.
at the time of the recording, we didn't know the price point because this cat's lair was done as a crowdfunded thing. They weren't just going to mass produce these
Of
things.
course.
It's a made to order item, and they had to have 3,000 backers before they'd even start it. They made that in like
Seconds.
probably about a week and a half.
Yeah.
I was skeptical that it was going to get the campaign was going to succeed. They blew my expectations. They funded that thing in like a week and a half. And
It's an amazing piece. And for any collectors of Thundercats or anyone who grew up with Thundercats, you're gonna want that immediately. I grew up. I watched Thundercats growing up. Obviously, I was in the age when it came out,
right?
But like when I did watch it, and of course, like going to the Dominican Republic, Cartoon Network was huge on Thundercats, and the Dominican Republic was huge on Thundercats. As a child, I watched Thundercats in Spanish, and I was all in it, right? Because the Dominican Republic was behind. Man, I saw that thing. I was just like, "Yo, give me a second. I gotta take angles of this thing because it's like it's beautiful. Like, oh my god! Like, if we get a Batcave anywhere close to like not just we had a Batman animated series Batcave, which is an amazing piece for anyone's collection, but like to include like not just a Bat computer, but like the Batmobile and like a cave thing, something that opens up that huge that it takes like a 7 bought like 4 table to hold, I'm in.
yeah.
I'm in. Tell me how much it costs.
Yeah.
But that was I think for me, when it came to everything I saw, besides the man bat, that was like the biggest thing that stood out when it came to the figs.
Yeah, that definitely left an impression, I think, with most people at the convention. And that's, they were very smart knowing that, okay, to make this, we're going to have to do it as a crowd funding campaign. And the best way to do this is to have one at San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, because that's the biggest stage, during the year. It was very smart timing for them. And obviously
it helps them with numbers,
Oh, yeah.
Because anyone who wants it is going to jump and fund it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you buy, another 1,500 pieces more because people are going to jump in last minute, right? And and then that pays for everything. And then that's the way of the world right now when it comes to Kickstarters or crowdfunding things, where you could actually have some type of number before you release things.
Yeah, it was very well designed and very well orchestrated campaign, and obviously it worked because they've got this thing funded now. Now they're working towards the tiers.
Stretch goals.
The stretch goals. I forgot what they named as one of the stretch goals. I think it's an exclusive figure.
Exclusive Lionel. It's like a holographic Lionel or something.
Yeah. But anyway,
I just think the thing sells itself. Like I don't know. The tiers. This is one of those Kickstarters that it just sells itself. Like,
it already has a fan base, and it's not like a wishy-washy fan base. It's a fan base, one that's older and has money.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not selling to teenagers, and maybe you are. There's a small percentage probably. You're not selling to people in their 20s. You're selling to people who watched fucking Thundercats growing up.
Yeah.
Like 30 and 40s. They have money. They want this. We have nostalgia. We want this shit right now. Like, man, this wasn't around when we were kids.
No.
And now you're giving it to
not
us?
that size. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because they had an old, I want to say Mattel, but they had a Thundercats lair back in the Generation 1 figures, but it was nothing like this. This is like,
it's just massive, man. Let me tell you, man, it's massive. I was like,
not only massive, but the way it's designed. I mean, it looks
legit.
Yeah, really good,
dude. I was
Super 7.
I was so stuck on it, man. I was just like, wow. I'm like, can I spray paint this and make it the Batcave? Like, I was thinking about so many things.
Oh,
but
that's a good idea.
It's a perfect.
Get two
of them. Fuck up one. Fuck up one. But yeah, it's no, for any Thundercat fan out there, and again, we're speaking to people our age. You're the one to get this. I highly recommend.
The thing that got me was one image that I saw, which was the Thunder Tank parked in front of this thing, and that was like, oh my god. Because if you remember the pictures of the Thunder Tank and the box, how massive we just got finished talking about how massive that thing is.
Yeah.
It's parked right behind this wall.
Yeah,
it's this big.
Like, whoa. Because it looks small compared to that monstrosity.
Yeah,
which has got to be one of the. It's got to be up there. It's not even released, but it has to be up there with the USS Flag in terms of action figure diorama pieces. I mean, it just has to be. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was great to see in person, and I was just like, I'm not even that big of a Thundercats fan, but I'm like, yo,
you just have to be impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed, man.
So it sounds like you two are both going to buy it.
No, sir.
I'm good.
I wish.
Yeah.
Because I was a huge Thundercats guy. So.
I am too. That was kind of my jam at that age point. Batman the Animated Series came after.
For me, that's 100%. I'm all 100% animated series. That's why I'm looking at Mando and I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, here, I found a photo of that Man Bat you sent.
Look at the wingspan on this, guys.
Yeah, look at this. Jeez.
I was going, I think it was $300. I was chatting with someone and they were like, you either get it? And I'm like, I can't. Yet, I spent $4,000 to get to San Diego. And at San Diego, I probably spent another like $3,000. I could have bought this easily. But I was there for the experience.
Yeah.
And one day, maybe I'll buy this. I'm 100%. I'd rather get Batman animated series things before anything. But this thing, for those of you who bought it on the pre-sale or pre-ordered, congratulations. It's an amazing piece in person.
Yeah, that's another big piece.
Yeah, definitely.
Some other photos that you sent me.
Mezco.
Mezco had an awesome convention, because they had their online Mezco Con where they do it every year around San Diego Comic-Con, where they, have contests and exclusive reveals. But at San Diego, they had on display some figures that they already had been up for pre-order for quite some time that were waiting for them to drop. Yeah. But also some that I think were part of this Mezco Con. And they also had some exclusives that had already been sold out on their website, but you could buy at the convention, like this Wolverine, the Uncanny X-Men edition. And this dude is awesome.
Pretty legit. Like I don't buy a lot of Mezco. If I do buy figs, I do buy Mezco because they have just overall a great brand that has a lot of accessories and articulation and the cloth and everything. Like I love the Mezco fig. It was like gorgeous seeing this stuff in person. I was like, oh man, I missed out on this. But you know what? No, I didn't. Walk away.
And they had this Green Ranger on display. This is the one that's really hot in the streets right now.
Dude, I was staring at that mad long. And again, I'm walking around with a mandolin. And I was like, yo, I want this. And they had it. There was no line at this Friday. There was no line. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to buy this fucking fig. Because, of course, for any of us that grew up in the 90s, right? You had a crush on fucking Amy Jo Johnson, right? You were a huge fan of Jason, right? The Red Ranger, until Tommy showed up. And he popped up with his flute. Green Ranger rocked it. And I'm looking at this fig at this right here. I'm looking at it at this moment when I took this picture, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to buy 2 of these. And I was like, there's no reason why I shouldn't buy 2 of these. And I was like, no, stop. Stick to DC, stick to Batman. The moment you jump into the Power Ranger realm,
then you got to go all in.
Yeah, then I had to buy, the 5-figure and the silly putties.
Oh yeah, because they've got the
and Rita and the whole 9. I'm done. I mean, no, stop.
Yeah.
And then I just saw the Red Ranger was on pre-sale or was previewed. The White Ranger, I mean.
Well,
yeah, look at that. Yeah,
as part of MezcoCon, boom.
Yeah. That's what I thought about immediately. I was like, oh man, if they have a White Ranger, maybe I'll do that. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing any of this. I'm not.
Yeah.
Once you go down that rabbit hole, I get it. And for those of you who get these, God bless you. Rub it in my face, please. But I wish I could. I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Another big MezcoCon reveal, and these are all their part of their online stuff. You got Dick Grayson Nightwing, which
Huge.
that is huge. It's not for me. It was not unexpected because the thing that I've noticed with Mezco, through their reveals and the suits and stuff like that, you kind of start seeing where they're going, so they can reuse some stuff. And I was not surprised whenever they had announced Dick Grayson, because that's just another one that
long overdue.
Well, yeah, and like you said, you see the body types, and you read the room, so it gets you there.
They're gonna have some new sculpts on.
Well, you just had Damien, right? And it was like everyone's been begging for Robin, so now they're figuring out a way.
Yeah, and also piggybacking on another popular franchise, they have Casey Jones in their 112.
Long overdue.
Yeah, he's going to be very popular. And then this one was a real surprise, but I think it's going to be really fun. You've got The Mask.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to need to get that.
The comic version.
Yeah.
One of my faves. I love The Mask.
Yeah. That's the Doug Monkey version, which I hope they give him his due and kind of credit him to the source material. But as far as they're at Comic-Con, you sent some photos showing where they had samples on display that you could also purchase there, right?
Yeah.
Because this guy's sold out on their website. You may be able to buy him still at retail, but most places have this sold out. What else did they have? They showed the turtles, the 112 turtles. And these were probably some of the ones that I was impressed the most with. Because a lot of times you just see, the mock-up, the digital rendering, and you don't see the real figure on their pre-order. And then you see these, in photos, and you're like, wow, okay. These, to me, look like the most legitimate turtle figures that have been made in this scale.
What are these a reference to?
I think this is just Mezco's own flavor of turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Gramps and I were talking the other day, and I made an admission. I don't dislike the turtles, but it's like it's not on my radar. I don't care.
Yeah.
But those things are great.
Yeah.
I grew up. Most of us grew up with the movie Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Late 80s, whatever.
It looks like they
I'm used to those.
Yeah, it looks like they've influenced heavily by the comics, but then kind of meshed it a little bit with that live action to kind of give their own flavor, which is not wrong. Everything that they come out with, their designs,
which really works because licensing wise for them, if you make it your own, it's there's less money you give to the Turtle franchise, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Another
so
tease.
many different versions out there anyway.
Yeah, there's so many.
Oh yeah, Nickelodeon, whatever. Like there's so many things.
Now, a lot of people were talking about this figure here, and I'm first you've got the what's his name, Atticus Doom, the guy with fire in his eyes, but the goat head guy next to him, I think his name's Vex. This is the first time that they kind of show that there's actually a figure made of this guy.
Okay.
So he's going to kind of be a rogue, I guess, in that Rumble Society.
Interesting.
And so when they started showing these photos, and this is, from their own blog, that really got a lot of people hyped up about, when are they going to put this dude out. So I like that. They also have, the Solomon Kane figure. Grumps, did you get this guy?
It's like Pilgrim Zorro.
And I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
2.5 years. 3 years
Yeah, I think we're going on 2.5. Another one was the Iron Man.
one of my favorite Iron Man suits, but I'm gonna pass on this one.
It doesn't. This is tough because when there's an Iron Man, right? Like when you deal with Mezco, you kind of use like fabrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like an Iron Man fig. I remember back in the day buying Iron Man figs, and you had like the pieces, and you put the suits. You put the suits on the one Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was like, you can have a generic Iron Man fig and like create all the suits, because when you watch the cartoon, he had that whole hall of suits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, you understand like the amount of suits you could create, like, and just do that one thing, and like you could have like a $400 set Iron Man and like a bunch of fucking suits, and people will lose their mind. And that's it. And you can just do that. And I don't know, that Iron Man seems mad generic.
I was excited about this guy. He's from the Indiana Jones. I think what's his name? Tote. Yeah. He's the German Nazi goon. But the thing that I'm most excited is, yes, he'll look great with the Indiana Jones figure, but he can also work for just like a regular mobster dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they should make like a Godfather set.
Yeah. Because he's going to go well with this dude.
Yeah.
Prune Face from Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait to get that guy.
Even like, can you like imagine like, even like if they were to make the mask with that one clip and it was like, say hello to my little friend, and he was, yeah, this is a Tommy gun. Like it'd be so funny to have these guys in like that one mask. Oh man, look at this.
Fantastic Four figs. Those actually look really cool.
That's from the cartoon.
My pre-order for these. Canceled it.
You canceled it? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dr. Doom.
Oh. Yeah. I had to have Doom. I love this. The Owlman from Lord of Tears.
People are excited for this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of a cult classic type of horror movie. But I think you can watch it on YouTube maybe. But I know nothing about it except that he just looks cool. And that's the only reason I want this. Plus, I think he kind of be a Batman rogue.
Yeah, could be. Could be part of the court.
Part of the court, yeah. And especially if he's coming with these like decapitated heads.
Yeah.
I think he comes with a couple of those. Super creepy cool.
Yeah, I think for me, Saturday was a big. I finally made it to the DC booth.
Okay.
And the DC booth had a lot of McFarlane exclusives, and a lot of them we saw at the McFarlane private party. But I was like, every time I did something else and went to the DC booth, it was like, oh, the line's capped. The line's capped. Oh, that's the line over there against the wall. And I'm like, I'm not fucking standing in this line for the next 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday, I was like, you know what? This is the day. Let me knock out DC booth, because DC had the first appearance of Damian Wayne blank covers. This Supergirl foil, another Damian Wayne, another first appearance of Damian foil, and things that I wanted. And then I had people who asked me for certain things.
Right.
And let's check out what DC had there for us.
All right. So obviously the big thing was the Nightfall Batman, and this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive paint job where they kind of had the black shadows on the head sculpt and the trunks, and I think maybe the cape a little bit, but that looks really cool.
They only had 2 per customer for that.
Yeah. You mentioned that you got this Dark Knight Joker bank robber, right?
Yes. I don't have it on me now because sadly, you can't predict how much things you're gonna get at this con. So it's something I ship to myself. I'm actually I'm picking it up tomorrow at FedEx.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely picked this up because looking back, right, when this movie came out, when you ever watched like the opening trailer, it was like the bank robber scene. And this is a scene that made me say, I need to watch this movie.
Mhm.
But I actually got one of these figs, and one of my friends asked for it, so I told him I got him. But I picked this up. I can't wait to get it because it's a keeper in my collection.
Yeah, it looks really cool. They also showed
This is a Sonar
Joker?
Yeah, I
Stoner. Yeah, that's
didn't even think about that. When I saw it, I was like, is this like a Jack Frost Joker? Like,
yeah.
the fuck you showing me, guys?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a unique version. I mean,
It's not needed. Sorry.
no. This is the part in the movie when he's using the sonar from the television
Yeah,
or
you
the
still don't need it.
telephones.
It's still unneeded. Like
No,
it's
definitely don't need it. That's
Yeah,
why it's an exclusive because we don't
Yeah.
have to get it.
Yeah. And then they had
the
that
lantern,
Green Lantern.
yeah,
And then you
Oh,
can also see in the back
Bane, and then Mr. Freeze.
online, McFarlane also had some other SDCC exclusives, and this is one that I've been waiting so long for, and I really like what they did. You've got the Batman Spawn 2-pack.
That was pretty dope, man. I wasn't ready for that.
Did they have that on display at the con?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
It sucks because like so much of it is like checkpoints, right? It's like, hey, let me go here, knock this out, go to the next thing, knock it out. And then I look back and I'm like, God damn it, I missed out. I missed this. I missed that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't get it all.
Yeah.
You really
get it
can't.
all.
But what DC booth did have, if you spent $300, you got this pretty sweet. I don't know if you got the picture on you, but it's pretty sweet exclusive. It's Spawn Batman. It's a fig exclusive. You look at it, but it's a golden one. And they got me because I went up there and they were like, "Oh, you're at $270," and I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Well, if you spend $300, you get the exclusive." And I was like, "You fuckers, got me." Give me the Mr. Freeze, and I got the Mr. Freeze, and I got that. And apparently, that's selling on eBay for like $150, and I'm like, you know what? I want to get signed by McFarlane. I want to get signed by Capullo. I'm gonna slab it, and that's my first Comic-Con exclusive for myself.
Wow. Oh, that's really cool.
Yes.
Next, let's see. What else did you send me?
Whoa.
Oh, here's some more Mondo.
Yeah.
The Masters of the Universe set. Oh my gosh, dude. Those look amazing.
I just listen, for you guys who collect multiple things out there, God bless you, because my checking account only allows me to do what I can do at the moment.
Yeah.
And for those of you who know me, I work like 14 jobs. But if you collect, multiple worlds or universes of things, do your thing. do your thing, because man, you fall in love with everything when you go to a Comic-Con. I want horror. I was looking at Diablo stuff, and I'm like, God damn it! I gotta walk away from all this crap.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much all the photos that you sent to me. I thought it was very cool to have our own man on the street there at the San Diego Comic-Con.
It's man, I haven't been buying as much as I wanted to.
Yeah,
thank God. But being at the con, I wanted to buy so much more. What happens is you go to a con and you have a con budget, which doesn't exist, right?
No.
Because for anyone who knows, when you go to a con, you have the cash you want to spend, but you know you have the credit to back you. And don't walk into a con with an American Express Business Platinum card. Thank God I lost it. But man, yeah, guys, go to cons, have fun, enjoy your fucking hobby. I had too much fun at San Diego Comic-Con. I want everyone to go there. I want to meet everyone in San Diego or New York or wherever a con it is. The amount of things I saw, I wish I took more pictures. I have an iPhone 11. I'm behind 3 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
Grumps knows. I'm behind 3 years. I don't spend money on that stuff. I spend money on going to cons.
Yeah.
I go to these cons, man, and have that experience and meet other people that you follow on your Instagram and I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I had so much fun in San Diego. I think the majority of us slept an average of like 18 hours in 6 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was I think was it Wednesday night? No, Wednesday night, no. Thursday night. Well, Bad Force is in town Thursday night. I left the Bat Force group at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
I got back to the con at 7:15. I can't speak for anyone else. But then we went out Friday. We went out Friday again, of course, because you get this con energy, right? Con energy that exists. Friday night we went out again. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I left early. I was responsible. I was back at the con at 8. Saturday was the big day. No, Friday was the Eisners. So Friday it was nuts.
Okay. They have the Eisner Awards. Is that after
Friday? After.
That's afterwards or during the convention?
Friday is after the con. The Eisners happen. And then everyone hangs out in that location. For those who know what it is, that's what it is. And then everyone comes out. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. And
right.
Man, we were there. And I left at 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Left everyone. I was responsible. Guys, those of you who know me, I'm not responsible. I left at 2:30 in the morning. And then Saturday I woke up at 7. Like, fuck. All right, cool. Saturday, I got to go in there. I was at the con at 8. And then Saturday happened. For anyone who goes to a con, any Comic-Con you go to, you know what Saturday is. Everyone's at the Comic-Con on Saturday. Every cosplayer, every artist.
It's like international news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday was the craziest day. And I also had a really close friend of mine, Shia, came to visit. And I walked her through the con, and I helped her. I introduced her to a couple of friends of ours, and walked her to her train. Total gentleman, right? Because that's who I am. I'm a gentleman, guys. I'm not an asshole. Then I went to the Hilton, and we hung out at the Hilton. Look at the pictures. I have nothing else to say. We were that's where the Black Ranger called me, whatever. And and we just, the Bat Force did what the Bat Force did, and we took care of our members, and we took care of the people who were friends with us, and we had a good time, and made sure everyone's okay. And then Sunday happens, and before you know it, I'm gonna plane back to freaking New York. Like, wait a minute, this all happened? And if you can make it to San Diego, make it to San Diego. If you can't, understand one thing: San Diego shuts the whole town down. The streets are shut down. People are doing signings outside of San Diego, out of the con. Restaurants are shut. The streets are shut. People are all over the place. Scooter. Use a scooter.
You found the scooters again.
Yeah, always use a scooter. I had so much fun, man. And I told myself, I walked out of there telling myself, I would never go. I'm gonna do San Diego Comic Con as much as I can for the rest of my life.
Wow, sounds a lot.
Yeah, I don't care. Listen, whoever marries me going forward, you have to go to San Diego Comic Con. When we have kids, they have to go to San Diego Comic Con. Whatever.
Yeah.
Go to San Diego. If you can't get tickets, go to San Diego anyway. You're gonna have a great time. Trust me. It's not about who you know. Just go to fucking San Diego, regardless. Don't DM me though.
Yeah. Don't expect anybody else to do your con shopping for you, because like you said, I mean, you're going to stand in line for some of these exclusives. I learned that at New York. Dallas is not so bad in that, but man,
you realize a lot of these companies, what ends up happening is they focus on the bigger cons. They do.
Yeah.
And we all know the two biggest cons are, I read Pop, New York Comic Con, and San Diego.
Right.
San Diego is not called San Diego Comic Con. It's legit called Comic Con.
Well, one thing that I think also worked in your favor with what you were seeing and experienced this year was that with all the
protesting
and what's going on with SAG and NAFTA and all that.
It was definitely more of a Comic-Con.
It was more for Comic-Cons. It was comics and collectibles.
Yeah.
And I've
heard, if they would have been there, that probably would have made some of the lines a lot smaller for me too.
Right. So,
but it made it more of a Comic-Con, and a lot of people did talk about that, where it was like, we're getting back to our roots, and it's like, but we're not going to stay there. So let's enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what I saw from comments from some people. Is like this, especially people that had gone there for many years. They're like, this is what it kind of felt like in the beginning before Hollywood took over. And you're right. Now that there weren't all those attractions for seeing the celebrities and all the trailers and all that stuff that they normally showcase there at Comic-Con, it made lines for stuff a lot longer. But that's cool, man.
It makes sense in a sense. And, Hollywood's going through what they're going through. And kudos to them. Listen, fight for your rights, guys. Like, you want your pay wages. Cool. We do. I'm sorry. It's probably not my platform to say this, but a lot of these writers and stuff are not making enough to live in these places where they're writing this stuff for, and that's what Hollywood's fighting for. Listen, we have actors making millions of dollars fighting for the writers.
Yeah.
Period. At the end of the day, these writers are not making enough because you're supposed to make X amount of dollars to get fucking health care. It's crazy we have to fight for that in this country. And, that's why there's a strike. The strike is because people want basic needs in this country. And Hollywood's pointing that out with the writers, and I hope that that trickles down for the majority of us because we all want basic healthcare. It's simple. A lot of the majority of first world countries besides ours have this, and it shouldn't be something that's debatable. Sorry to jump in and make the mood a little more serious. It's stupid to have a debate about something that's basic around the world. Yet here we are claiming we're number one in everything. Yeah, we can't give people basic healthcare. I'm done now.
Okay.
Gramps,
All right,
did you
back to figs.
have anything on the Medicom? Medicom was doing a simultaneous, their own Mayfix event.
Oh,
What's
That would have
that?
been good to mention.
well, I don't know if they did. I don't know. I didn't know if they were doing their own event. I just know that they had.
They were doing their own event over in China.
Okay,
China.
but I know that they revealed and had on display at San Diego. They had like Daredevil.
That was at San Diego. That wasn't in China. I thought that was in China. I don't know.
No, I got. I think Legend sent me a photo.
Okay.
But yeah, there were other people that I saw posting, at San Diego that had seen that, and I think they have a Captain America, some other ones that were really good.
Snyder's Justice League figures.
Yeah. So more figs coming out that I'm going to be excited about, especially that Daredevil. It's finally the right time.
It looks pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to Daredevil in general, like what an amazing character, and then the fig is like top notch.
Yeah, I mean, you knew that they were going to do him as soon as they showed like that Nightwing, because I mean it's probably the same body. Just it's easy to paint these things. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. What else was there that you guys can remember? I know it's been about a week or two since San Diego, but I just remember there were so many
stuff.
Oh yeah, Marvel Legends. Let me see if I got a photo.
I'm excited to finally get classic Luke Cage.
Dude, okay. Thank you.
There you go.
There you go.
Ooh, chest out.
Classic Luke Cage. Finally, we're getting the man some respect.
People have been sleeping on Blade too. I'm sorry, I saw the Blade.
Oh yeah. No, this whole wave is sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of a blend between some classic characters and some new characters.
I'm getting the Blade.
Yeah. And this is like Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Yeah.
And here is the one that I'm sorry, this is going to be like left field, but this is the one that I'm absolutely the most excited about because I can remember 3-4 years ago mentioning this to, begging on Twitter, begging on Instagram. This is such an easy figure to make. Please, can we have her? Please, can we have her? It is Lady Bullseye.
Yeah, I want this one too.
For those that don't know her, she is a badass. And she's kind of one of those, off the radar, off the grid rogues of Daredevil, but she is so badass. Fun fact, Clay Mann actually drew her first issue.
Really?
Awesome.
So last time I saw Clay, I had him sign my issue of her.
It's also a Build-A-Fig. What are you building with this?
They're building this thing called the Mindless Ones, which is like kind of a alien big monster thing that people control and just go tear up stuff. But they're also coming out with the new latest version of Daredevil. He's been off the grid a little bit. He's
Ginger.
Yeah, he's turned into almost like old man Murdoch kind of. He's got a beard and
looks good. I like it.
Yeah, he's really cool. And of course, you got to have ninjas.
Yeah.
So
wow, economy build.
These are the version of the fist.
Multiple heads
ninjas.
too. Look at that.
Yes.
The skull head is where it's at.
Yeah, I think I got 4 of these.
4?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you got.
Grumps ain't playing, bro.
You can't have one ninja.
I think I got 4 of the other ones. Yeah, I gotta get a couple of these.
So if you got 4 of the hand, now you gotta get 4 of the fist to fight them, because the fists are like what Daredevil and Elektra kind of made their own little army of ninjas to fight the hand. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, that Luke Cage looks badass.
Very sweet.
There's another character I'm not familiar with. I think there's another female character.
Yeah, I didn't put her up here because I don't know who she is. Not important.
Not yet.
Well, they always put in some obscure person in a wave that just force you to buy the whole wave to make the Build-A-Figure. I don't really want the Build-A-Figure, so I don't.
Neither do I.
But you know me, I'm just focused on
what you like, man. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I like the street level guys.
I hate when they it kind of forces you to buy something else, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not.
I don't have to.
I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the boss of me.
I'm buying four fist ninjas. I don't have to buy the other person.
Yeah, that has to be a better way to do that.
But there was so much that, as usual, so much that came out during the San Diego Comic-Con week. I'm really glad our boy Dunk was there to kind of give us a first eye view and preview of some of these.
All day walking the lanes. Man, let me tell you.
You put some miles in the
I did. I'm changing my sneakers. Everyone saw the Air Max Airs I had. I might wear them if I go to Boston next weekend. If I go to Boston next weekend, it's the last time I'm wearing them. New York Comic Con, fresh new kicks, because I can't wear more kicks. I can't wear those kicks again.
Yeah,
sliding.
When you've done too many miles in the aisles, when your knees and joints just start hurting when you're wearing them. I've got some shoes like that. They're still in good condition, but I've just walked so much in them. Yeah. It's like, no, they're done. Those are lawn shoes now.
I had a pair of shoes last year where last year I did 12 cons, and the bottom of them were smooth. I never noticed how smooth they were. Wow. And I looked at them and I was like, oh, fuck, I can't wear these. I threw them out. And now my Air Maxes are getting there. So I'm like, oh, man, I have to swap these out. And I normally wear my Air Maxes or my Converses. I just bought another pair of sneakers now. My Dunks, right? Dunk, have to wear Dunks. And I haven't wore those yet. But Dunks are not comfortable. So I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll be all right. Don't worry about me, guys. I played basketball out of my life. My joints always hurt.
You'll be ready for next year, 2024.
Yeah. But do we have anything else to talk about with?
There's so much to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. I just really wanted to touch on the stuff that you saw and the photos you gave, and also kind of, Grumps mentioned those Marvel Legends because those were really cool. Other than that, I think that's a good landing point for this one.
Yeah.
But I do have one last thing, right?
Oh, you do have one last thing.
I
Okay,
do
what-
have one last thing. Hey, guys.
Okay.
Here we go. For those of you who've been listening and following us, there's some rules, and the rules might change because honestly, I'm just winging it. I'm Dunk. I wing things, right? First off, before I say anything, you have to be subscribed to our podcast, the Bat Force Podcast. You comment on our video here on YouTube. You're the comment on my post that should be collaborated to the Bat Force, GRUMPS, and GRAMPS, and you either tag your friends on there. Most of the rules are going to be on there, of course, clearly, because I'm just talking nonsense. And man, which one should I give out?
Which one do you think would entice more people to do it, bro?
All right, so for the homies. So for those who follow the rules, they're getting the Nightmare Batman.
Nightfall Batman.
Nightfall Batman. I've been drinking. So this ends. What's a good date? What do you think? We do release this this week. Let's say
To be determined. To be determined. We'll.
Yeah. If you're listening and watching, when this episode gets released, we're gonna give all the details. Nightfall Batman is the giveaway. Maybe more. Don't get me too happy. But thank you for listening, watching, commenting, subscribing, and just going out to cons and saying what's up to us. So least I could do is jump in Grumps and Gramps and give out a fig.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much. And like he said, we appreciate everyone that has subscribed and followed. Leave us a comment. You definitely want to get in on Dunk's giveaway. That's a very exclusive figure.
Sounds the hashtag.
Yeah. And, follow the rules and we'll get that in your hands. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great place to end this episode. So thank you for tuning in and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.